Okay, so my social marketing campaign will involve fetal alcohol syndrome and alcohol consumption in pregnancy. So my organisation is the Alcohol and Drug Office of New South Wales, which works within the Government of New South Wales and also reports to the Department of Health and Ageing. So first of all, situational analysis, looking at the strengths or weaknesses, involves these factors. So the national government has prioritised 4 areas involving alcohol consumption according to the National Alcohol Strategy. So FAS fits into the health impact, so priority area 3. These priorities were formed upon the data gathered regarding deaths related to alcohol use and also tangible costs of alcohol use. As you can see, the tangible cost of health-related issues is the lowest of all the indicators. This suggests that this might be a weakness for our campaign, as it might provide resistance for gaining adequate funding. However, the impacts of alcohol consumption is still a top 4 priority area, so there will be funding for a campaign such as this one. Looking at opportunities and threats for our campaign involving these factors. So the largest external threat to our campaign is the cultural force. So looking at drinkers versus non-drinkers is steadily increasing. Alcohol retains a deep-rooted cultural significance. Few question the cultural place of alcohol or its availability. Constantly improving detection methods of FAS is a technical, logical force that we could take advantage of. If we were to target government lobbying for greater investment into state-of-the-art detection technologies, then this could help achieve our goals. And also forming external alliances such as with pre-existing programs such as Western Australian Government's Alcohol Think Again website can help support implementation of our one. And also gaining alliances with alcohol governing bodies such as the Australian Liquor Stores Association or the Australian Hotels Association, who may be willing to be good corporate citizens and provide sponsorship or allowing promotional materials in their establishments can benefit our campaign. So the target, the target audience, that's the next element. So in a survey of Australian women, 50 to 59% women surveyed that they consume alcohol during pregnancy. Thus our campaign will be targeting several female population groups who, through our research, we've identified a greater risk of consuming alcohol during pregnancy, and these involve women who are over 30 and have successful careers, females who have a decreased maternal age, females of lower socio-economic status, and Indigenous females. In deciding our target audience, we utilise 2 health behaviour change models, these 2. So looking first at the health belief model, this model states the perception of a personal health behaviour is influenced by 3 factors: general health values, specific health beliefs about vulnerability to a particular health threat, and beliefs about the consequences of the health problem. And these relate to these factors. So assessing these factors against our target audience, we acknowledge that all our population groups that we've selected maintain a relatively high regard and value towards their health. However, we did not include one at-risk population group that we discovered in our research, which were women who use other substances or have low self-esteem or depression, as we believe that these population groups undertake unhealthy, risky health behaviours and do not value their health as much as the other groups. And due to the mental health issues that are unresolved would mean our campaign would be ineffective in this group, so we did not include them. So the model suggests that once an individual perceives a threat to their health and is cued to action, and they perceive the benefits outweigh the costs, then the individual is most likely to undertake the recommended preventative health action. The reason why these groups are at greatest risk, as I've said before, is the drinking culture that's so ingrained in society. So what this campaign must do is educate these groups on the benefit of modifying their behaviour, and that the benefits outweigh the costs. So the second model, the social cognitive theory, like the health belief model, maintains that a person must first believe the benefits of behaviour change outweigh the costs, and secondly, the person must have self-efficacy with respect to performing preventative behaviour. Thus, this model can be of value to us, as it suggests that self-efficacy can be at least taught through specific skills and observing social norms, and thus a social marketing campaign like ours can cause a behaviour change. Therefore, combining these two models, in order for our campaign to cause a meaningful change in behaviour, we must target the groups that first value their health, and then we must also be able to accurately ascertain the group's perception of the perceived susceptibility and severity of FAS. Only once we know this information can we assess whether our campaign can provide the learning of new knowledge that can reinforce behaviour change. And we believe that these four population groups possess elements that will allow our campaign to be effective. So the third element that needs to be considered are the behaviour objectives and goals. So utilising the SMART principle, we formulated a goal. So our specific goal is to increase awareness of FAS. Our goal is measurable, as our short-term measure of 1 year will be the increased awareness rates of FAS within a sample survey of women under 40. And a long-term measure of 5 to 10 years will be the incidence of new cases of FAS being diagnosed in New South Wales. Our goal is attainable, as increased awareness rates is an achievable goal in the short term, and our goal will also be relevant. So aiming for increased awareness rates of FAS is a logical way to set our short-term goals. We acknowledge that people go through certain stages of behaviour change, such as these ones, and we also acknowledge that not everyone is at the same stage of behaviour change, so it would be unrealistic to assume that everyone would change their behaviour at the same time. And time frames, so as we discussed earlier, increased rates of awareness of FAS within our target audience within a year, and also within 5 years a decrease in the new cases of diagnosed FAS. And finally, the marketing tool. So the marketing tool of choice for this campaign will consist of an integrated advertising campaign, initially utilising print media. So the print media will be in the form of informational pamphlets made available throughout New South Wales, general practitioner services, community health centres and hospitals. The campaign will seek to establish relationships with alcohol governing bodies with the aim of developing posters and drink coasters promoting FAS, which will be implemented in the pubs, clubs, bars and liquor stores throughout New South Wales. And the long-term goal will be a TV advertisement. So our marketing tool was guided by several important factors, so desired reach. So the target audience is considerably large, thus we believe an integrated campaign utilising multiple forms of media opposed to one would be more effective to gain greater exposure. Being there just in time is also an important element that influence our choice in marketing tool. So research suggests that the ideal moment to speak to target audience is when they're about to choose between alternative competing behaviours. Thus, we believe penetrating the environments where pregnant females make decisions whether to purchase alcohol, such as at a bar or also a liquor store counter, this will be very effective in causing behaviour change within our audience. In addition, the campaign will also utilise educational pamphlets in healthcare settings with the same premise. By accessing the environment, the target audience will make key decisions. So provision of pamphlets in these settings provide the opportunity for the audience to access this information and then seek further professional advice. And the final element will be the budget. So due to the demographics of our target audience, a TV advertisement will be the most effective media type at exposing our target audience. However, as FAS is not prioritised highly, it would be quite difficult to get the required resources to make a TV advertisement. Thus, print media is not as expensive and still can achieve our goals, so it would be an optimal choice to use print media. However, once we gain momentum with our campaign and begin to show meaningful behaviour change, we can use this evidence to lobby the government to receive more resources to produce a TV campaign, and therefore our TV advertisement is the long-term goal of this campaign. That's the end. Thank you very much.